This week on the season premiere of Beacon Web News, we sit down with some of the newest faculty members on campus. Then, we get the scoop on all of the clubs on campus during the Ice Cream Social. And we take in all of the sights and sounds of this year's Fresh Grass Festival at Mass MoCa. That's coming up next on Beacon Web News. Hello and welcome to the September 19th episode of Beacon Web News. I'm Julia Texera. With each new school year comes many new changes and many new faces. BWN's Ali Tino introduces two new professors at MCLA.
I'm here in the student lounge in Mark Hopkins, where we had the chance to sit down with Professors Karen Balin and Chen Wang, two recent hires in MCLA's English Communications Department.
What drew me here initially when I came to do the interview and was meeting people in the English Communications Department was the kindness in that department. The kindness and the engagement, and a lot of the faculty are just very innovative in their teaching, really ready to think about what teaching can even be, very forward-thinking, future-thinking, experimental.
Even before locking down a position as a professor at MCLA, Chen Wang was immediately impressed by what students had to offer.
Before I came here, I heard a lot of good things about the students. They are eager to learn. They're very serious about what they learn. They are very eager to succeed in their future. And I think that's the aim of education.
Upon arriving in North Adams, both women have experienced a fish-out-of-water sensation.
Something about North Adams is like a vortex. Something about the streets make you kind of whirl around and get spit out in different places. So I'm just sort of whirling around the vortex, looking for parking and treats,
While both professors are teaching a small number of courses, they still have big shoes to fill.
The one thing I want to stress that I hope they can broaden their horizon and incorporate global perspective throughout their study here.
Classes are in session and the professors are ready to go. For Beacon Web News, I'm Ali Tino.
September is National Campus Safety Awareness Month, and in an effort to better inform our community about some of the safety measures that are in place, Campus Police has scheduled a number of emergency preparedness information forums. The first of these sessions will take place on Thursday, September 20th at 4 p.m. in room 121 in the CSI building. Join the Northern Berkshire Community Coalition every Thursday at 6 p.m. for their downtown bike around at St. Anthony's Church parking lot. As added motivation, Freight Yard Pub offers a 25% discount for participants. Crafting Club meets tonight, Wednesday, September 19th. Come mingle with other students in Bowman Room 206 at 6 p.m. to make cactus rocks and pebble art. Speaking of clubs, this past Thursday was the annual President's Ice Cream Social, where students learned about the many student clubs on campus. BWN Victoria Weichel got the scoop at the Ice Cream Social.
In the academic quad, where 50 plus clubs have set up tables for the ice cream social.
Every fall semester, MCLA's president hosts an ice cream social, giving students an opportunity to check out the clubs and organizations available on campus. Students get to enjoy a scoop of ice cream as they visit tables, sign up for club emails, and see what these groups are about. MCLA currently has over 50 clubs and organizations on campus. We asked students why they believe the ice cream social is important and which clubs got their attention.
What I like about the ice cream social is you get to see what clubs are on campus, you potentially get to meet new friends, you get good food, there's a lot of camaraderie. It's generally a fun time for all the students on campus. People here are generally at their happiest, and you get to see a lot of what the social life at MCLA is like. See people from all different walks of life.
I think the ice cream social is cool because it kind of shows you like everything that's going on campus, and you can get involved with what appeals to you and like see what other people are doing, even if it's not your thing, and kind of like get a sense of the community and meet new people. So far, I have the Burge Club, which is like a new thing, and it's something about President Burge and random acts of kindness. Sounds cool. And a volunteer group, outdoors club, and one other thing. But I'm still looking, but it seems like there's a lot going on here, so I'm excited.
Students lined up for ice cream and explore the clubs on campus. From Beacon Web News, I'm Victoria Weichel.
Interested in traveling to Mexico? An information session will be held on Thursday, September 20th at 6 p.m. in Bowman 203. For just $1,500, students will be going to the Pyramid of the Sun and Colonial Plazas, all while jamming to live mariachi music. For more information, contact Professor David Couperi in the History and Political Science Department. Join MCLA President Burge and the Student Activities Council SAC as they host Pancakes with the President on Saturday, September 22nd at 8 p.m. in Sullivan Lounge. President Burge will be making pancakes for the entire student body, so don't miss out on a flippin' good time. Correspondent Andrew Baladrian gives his personal views on different issues of campus and community life in a new segment for Beacon Web News. Take note with Andrew Baladrian. On this week's edition, Baladrian talks about the problem of student apathy on campus.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew Baladrian, and this is the first edition of Take Note, where I analyze and break down important trends and issues that affect our community. I would like to clarify that the views and opinions I give are my own and do not necessarily represent Beacon Web News, the Beacon, or MCLA. For this first edition, I want to discuss the problem of general apathy among students around campus regarding our extracurricular activities. Are you a member of a club that sees fewer and fewer members by the day, where meetings end up being little more than just the e-board small talking on non-club related affairs, unsure if anybody other than you actually cares about what's going on with your club? Well, you're not alone. Since I was a freshman here in the fall of 2015, I too have noticed a decline in general extracurricular activities among students. This ranges from intramurals, clubs, SAC, or even the Student Government Association itself. Let's look at SGA as an example. When I was a freshman, there were competitive elections, not just for individual roles such as the president or student trustee, but get this, people actually wanted to be senators. Now I see flyers around campus telling me there are 7 open seats. The reduction in involvement with our governing body is quite plain to see. That being said, while there are plenty of clubs on campus who are almost or completely dormant, there are also ones who are booming. That is also how I am able to host this segment. Beacon Web News and our neighboring WJHW radio station have enthusiastic members who love what they're doing. So why then have clubs such as Dad Club, whose social media activity and interest from students on their forums was sky high about a year ago, decline so dramatically now? They're not alone. To find out what is going on, I spoke with some of my peers on campus. I talked to the dorm room dwellers just as I did. The widely known general consensus is that these extracurriculars are just that, extra. Now, if you quit an e-board position that's simply because you just don't want it anymore, you don't even bother to give your reasoning and just stop being involved, there doesn't seem to be any kind of consequences. That being said, when we're in positions of leadership or even just exceptionally active general members, and we get gunned down by petty superficial semantics which turn simple tasks into a chore, this can tend to hamper things. You could get an idea of what I mean by attending an average SGA meeting, where entire minutes can clog up a discussion when a senator makes a minor wording mistake or makes an error on making a motion of some sort. Additionally, when leadership puts a ton of effort into hosting events and meetings that nobody or minimal numbers in the club go to, sometimes with prior to no notice, it can often dampen future interest in the club, and clubs can die as a result. Meanwhile, the SGA is loaded to the brim with, well, semantic nonsense, like the aforementioned issue with potential wording or motioning issues, which has really detracted from meetings and other events in the past. Now, that isn't to say that those involved are bad people or don't know how to do their jobs. Only to sum it up would be to say this: everyone, everywhere, remember to please put things into perspective. Nobody is currently forcing you to commit to something. If you want to lock yourself in your dorm room and never come out for 4 years, do it. But if you commit to something as an e-board member or as a general member, and you just blow it off one day without a trace, that's a problem. You see, we're adults here. And now, nobody is saying not to prioritize your schoolwork over extracurriculars, but please don't let a relatively lackadaisical standard here at MCLA Extracurriculars influence you into thinking that leaving these things high and dry is okay, because it isn't. If you're having trouble balancing stuff, there will always be people who can help you. Club leadership, professors, advisors, friends, and all that stuff. But remembering the value there is to sticking stuff out when things get difficult is important. Not only is it a great character builder, but it can do 2 other great things. It can potentially allow you to make a club or organization into something really great, a big thing on campus, and can also allow you to make great connections or general friendships with your peers. Thank you, and make sure to tune in to Take Note with Andrew Belargin next week.
Friends of North Adams Public Library will be hosting their annual book sale on September 21st and the 22nd. From 9 to 4 p.m., you'll be able to purchase books, CDs, DVDs, and audiobooks. There will also be a silent auction and bake sale. The book sale will be at St. Elizabeth's of Hungary Parish Center. This past week, Mass MoCa hosted the Fresh Grass Music Festival, and BWN's Erica Lucia was there to take in all of the sounds.
I am here at Mass MoCa's annual summer Fresh Grass Music Festival. Fresh Grass is a traditional family-friendly bluegrass festival that is held every September for 3 days. This year's headliners included Trampled by Turtles, Celtic punk band Flogging Molly, and Grammy Award-winning musical duo The Indigo Girls. Along with these big-name artists, local artists such as MCLA alum Izzy Heltai also shares their music.
A couple years ago, I just asked if I could play, and I've been able to play ever since. So this is my 3rd year playing Fresh Grass.
Workshops were also offered for those who not only wanted to enjoy the festival, but become a part of the festival. Molly Meswar shares with us why she volunteers her time to Fresh Grass.
I think Fresh Grass is a great way to highlight the Northern Berkshire community. There's so many great things with restaurants and activities, and then with Mass MoCa, I just think it's a great way for people to come see the beauty.
People share with us why they love Fresh Grass and why they keep coming back.
People, the company, and the coworkers.
It has everything: music, art, poetry.
And I think the people really makes Fresh Grass and Solid Sound and a lot of the events, what it is.
Vendors from all over Berkshire County had the opportunity to join Fresh Grass to sell their merchandise and promote their business.
So Mother Maple sells baked goods with a maple theme. We get our maple syrup from Sweetbrook Farm.
Every year, Fresh Grass never fails to disappoint. People from all over the world come together to enjoy art. From Beacon Web News, I am Erica Lucia.
On Saturday, September 22nd at 7:30 p.m., make sure to stop by the Roots Teen Center in downtown North Adams for a night of absurdist comedy with Ed Smith for Commedia dell'Arte. His comedy incorporates musical performances and unique characters for a night of laughs. He will be joined by local poet Seth Brown. Tickets are $5 at the door, and all proceeds go to the Teen Roots Center. Get ready for a career and internship fair for an upcoming interview by stopping by the career development table in the marketplace. Receive free professional clothing from Goodwill that will help you land that job. They will be helping students in the marketplace at 12 every Wednesday until October 10th. In February, Beacon Web News addressed the admission and retention rates at MCLA. BWN's Karina Matera provided us with an update on the admission rates and the initiative that the school has taken to approve them.
Every year, MCLA's admissions team heads out all around the Northeast in search of the newest members of our campus. They go through around 800 visits to different high schools, community colleges, college fairs, and college access organizations.
Well, we want to make sure that students all over New England really understand that MCLA is a great value for their education and making sure they get to campus to visit. And we have tours going around today to see this amazing ice cream social. So we're really hoping that to get current students involved in our recruitment process, but it's really important because we want more students.
Here at MCLA, the faculty and staff recognize the importance of making this school a safe and exciting place for new students to explore and returning students to come home to.
Both of us are alum, and we just love the institution. We loved it when we were students, so we want to share that with other people who maybe have never heard of the school before, and we want to share that knowledge and bring them here to campus, like Kayla said, to come for a tour and see everything that we have to offer.
I was able to catch up with the Dean of Enrollment Management and Community Relations, Gina Puck, to get some inside details on the overall goals of our new student recruitment process.
We're trying to align our recruitment efforts with MCLA's strategic plan, which will get us to about 1,800 students by 2022. So we're looking to enroll about 300 freshmen for the fall of 2019 and about 150 transfers. But that's just the numbers. What's really more important to us is to make sure that we have the right fit students from MCLA that will stay.
A question to think about is, what faces aren't we seeing return to campus every new year? Retention rates are the statistics of how many first-year students return to campus their next school year.
I came back to MCLA to enjoy my last year with the best squad on campus, like hands down, and to have a good basketball season.
I've come back to MCLA because of the athletics, and my friendship with the faculty is fantastic.
I came back to MCLA because I'm on the basketball team. I want to come back here and hang out with my friends.
I was able to speak to the Dean of Academic Affairs, Monica Joslin, about how every student is different, so there really isn't a way to get a definite answer on why people are and aren't returning. Overall, though, she explained MCLA's retention rate is around average and steady, with a big thanks to our very own admissions staff. For Beacon Web News, I'm Karina Matera.
Mohammed Abazgri and his musical group Cavalcade will be performing live at the Church Street Center on Friday, September 28th at 7:30 p.m. A musical prodigy from Egypt, Abazgri is currently on his first tour in the United States. Tickets are $5 for students, $10 for faculty and staff, and $15 for general admissions, and they can be purchased at mcla.ticketleap.com/Cavalcade. Every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., students can find the North Adams Farmers Market at St. Anthony's Municipal Parking Lot. Come October 20th, it's likely the event will return indoors for the winter, as it is now in the past. For now, though, you can try baked goods, sample locally made meats and cheeses, and get to know the community at this weekly market. Last Tuesday, the North Adams City Council held its meeting. BWN Shanquel Dennis gave us an inside look at what's to come for the city of North Adams.
During the last City Council meeting, there were many questions surrounding the choice of adopting the Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 32 stipend for the retirement board members. There was a 46% response rate, with 83% of people being for it. Funding for the retirement board members is determined every 2 years and will be looked at again in 2020. For now, City Council came to the unanimous decision to send this to the Finance Committee. With the month of September comes childhood cancer awareness. 43 children are diagnosed every day in the U.S., while every 2 minutes, one child is diagnosed worldwide. Currently, childhood cancer awareness receives under 4% of federal funding. During this month, Mass MoCa's signature upside-down trees will be going gold to show their support. Also happening this month, from the 21st through the 28th, is Start With Hello Week, an opportunity for the community to make an effort to reduce social isolation within schools. Monday, students will be encouraged to wear green. Tuesday will be the annual Safe Routes to School. Wednesday is Nobody Eats Alone Day. Thursday is Compliment Day, and Friday concludes with Community Welcome Day, where volunteer members of the community will welcome students to school. I'm Shanquel Dennis for Beacon Web News.
2015 National Book Award, along with the NCAA Image Award for his book Between the World and Me, Ta-Nehisi Coates is MCLA speaker at the 8th annual Michael S. and Kitty Dukaitis Public Policy Lecture Series. Coates has collaborated with Marvel's Black Panther and is currently working on the next chapter of Marvel's Captain America. Coates speaks out about his experience as an African American and the culture struggles across the country. He will be speaking on Thursday, November 8th at 7 p.m. in the Campus Center gym. This past week, the North Carolina area was hit by Hurricane Florence. I talked to our former intern from Hoosick Valley High School and current college freshman at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte, Skylar Case, who gave us an update on the hurricane from UNCC.
Hey, Skylar. How are things?
Things are going well.
Now you guys were hit with the storm down there in Charlotte, North Carolina. Did the school do anything to prepare you guys beforehand or cancel classes or anything like that?
Yeah, so school was actually very helpful, especially for a lot of people who, are out of state, might not have experience being in a hurricane situation. They sent out a lot of emails and alerts and emergency alerts to our phones, just letting us know, keeping us updated. And they also ended up canceling classes Wednesday night all the way up until Monday, so we haven't had classes Thursday, Friday, or today as well. So they've been really good about keeping us updated and just keeping us all safe.
And did you guys end up getting like any, really rough parts of the storm or anything like that?
I think Saturday and Sunday were the worst days. Just we got a lot of rain. It was windy. Just kind of really dark and gloomy. So they just had to stay inside. Actually, the city of Charlotte issued a kind of like a curfew for everybody, just to keep everyone off the roads. They had it at midnight, kind of just to keep everyone safe and just aware. The storm could pick up a little bit.
And did you guys, well, now you're not from, Charlotte, North Carolina, but I know you probably have friends and things like that are close to the community. How were they impacted by the storm?
So a lot of my friends here, they live further on the coast, so a lot of their homes and towns got hit a lot harder. So I think they were more used to the hurricane weather, so they kind of knew how to act in that sense, but they were just more worried about their friends and family at home. So
That's good. It sounds like everybody, ended up being okay, which is really good. But of course, let's talk a little bit about you. How is everything? How's been your transition going from North Adams all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina? How's it been?
It's been really good. I made a lot of new friends, so they've been helping me a lot, kind of getting me acquainted, showing me some things. I'm actually really close to a lot of restaurants and stores, so I wasn't too far away in terms of driving because I don't have my car here. But the biggest thing was getting used to the weather here. It's been very, very hot. So other than the hurricane, but it's been very hot here. But other than that, it's good. I love everything. I love my classes, love my friends, love my professors, and I'm also staying in the newly renovated hall here, so that's kind of cool.
Well, I'm glad that you're having so much fun. We miss you, of course. Thank you so much for checking in with us.
Of course, I miss you guys too.
Bye, Sky.
Bye, Skylar. Bye. Thank you.
Well, that's it for this week. To stay up to date with BWN, you can follow us on social media. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.